guys, welcome back to another week of building the Caldercraft HMS Victory. This week we're going to continue planking up to just below these gun ports here. Then we're also adding the wales. So there's 4 layers of planks here, we've got 3 layers here, and then 3 layers at the top. So once we've got that planking done, we have to use the plans to transfer onto the location of the wales. I think I'll get this video out reasonably quickly. I did this section in 3 days, so it didn't take all that long. So I'll turn the ship around and we'll get started. I'm just going to start at the front, just using CA glue at the moment. I will continue to use CA glue because I don't want to be pushing pins into this layer. Although technically we're going to paint over it, so it wouldn't have mattered. I could have filled any holes, but it's just easier doing this at the moment. Any excess glue that comes through will just be sanded off once this planking is done. Okay, I'll just put a angle on this plank to match where the side galleries come up. I'll be trimming out these gun port openings as I move up. I complete each level of planks that goes over the gun ports. I've been cleaning them out. When you're moving down towards the bottom, it's nice and easy to see where to stop, because you can actually see the inner lining of the gun port when you get close. So once I'm within about 0.5 millimetre or so, I just stop and file it from that point. Almost there. one more, and then the rest I'll go ahead and do myself, and then we'll do the next layer of planking. Okay, so I've got 3 more gun ports at the back and 2 at the front to clear out, so I'll get those done and then I'll return. On the other side I actually just laid a single plank and then cut out each gun port. This side I'm just trying something different. I'm going to plank between each, or I was going to plank between each gun port, but it doesn't really seem to save me much time at all. So after this plank, or maybe the next one even, we'll see how I go, I may just lay a single plank and cut them out as I go. But it doesn't hurt occasionally just to try a different way of doing things. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And that one again, I've lined up with the outside edge of the lining on both those. So I'll do the rest of it in just one single strip, and once I've laid that out, then I'll be back. Okay, I literally forgot that I said I wasn't going to show this plank going on, but I filmed it, so I may as well. When I laid the plank, I didn't actually realise I had a very small gap between the 2 planks, but later I'll just fill that little area, and it won't really matter because it's all going to be painted over probably next week. Hopefully I've got enough paint. I can get heaps of the matte black, but the yellow ochre, as far as I know, I can only get from England, which makes things difficult. I was hoping I could actually get hold of a spray can of yellow ochre, but I haven't been able to find the exact right shade that I need. After I put this layer on, they're literally just going to be straight planks. There won't even be any cutting out once this plank's in place. So once I reach that point, I may even just do the last couple of planks off camera
because as I said, it's not going to be anything different. On the other side, I just did this whole section in a day. Only worked out to be about 6 planks all up. Actually cutting up the gun ports is actually harder than cutting down, because you can't see the inner frame of the gun port. So the only way I can really tell is to tilt the ship back every now and again, just see how close I'm getting, although you get a sort of an idea from the gun port next to it as well. So if you see the video stutter for a sec, that's probably the point at which I was checking how close I was to needing to stop. But this one's probably not that bad, because I believe it'll take out the whole top of this plank. It'll be level, or very close to it. Yeah, I didn't have to tilt that back, it's definitely level with the top. So I'll just sand it out and or file it out. And that'll be that one done. And then I'll just go ahead and cut out all the rest off camera. Just like with all wooden ship building, there's a lot of repetition involved.
That planking's now finished. We had to plank to just below the final gun port. So now we have to add the wales. So we have our plan here. So you've got the upper wale, middle and lower. The upper and middle are both 3 planks each, and the lower wale is 4. I'm going to start with the middle, because I know exactly where that is, because that's what we used as a guide to do our very first plank on the ship. So I've actually marked the 3 planks, so that roughly comes to just under level with the window frame, and then the 3 planks in a row will come through, and then I follow those planks all the way to the front and then double check, and that lines up exactly with the one on the other side. So I'll add the 3 planks, trim out where I have to, and then we'll work out where the next lot of wales go. Plank a very small area at a time. It's important that I stay on the plank line that I've got. Let's get the next strip. All this will have to be sanded once I'm finished. If you can hear any panting, that's not actually me, it's my dog. It's quite hot here at the moment. Okay, so that's our first plank of the middle wale. I'll do the second one myself and then come back for the third one. Okay, this is the last plank of the middle wale. At the rear I only have 3 gun ports that I need to clear. Just work out where this plank's going to finish. Okay, so that's the middle wale done. So now we'll go and do the upper one.
Okay, finding the first position of the first plank of the top wale, you can see here that the wale is actually level with the top corner of that window frame right there. I'm not sure if you can see my lines, bring it a bit closer. So yeah, you can see where I've put the mark level with the top of that window frame. I then looked up on the plan to see where it met the first gun port, and that is 5mm down from the corner. So I then put a mark in that position, and then we measured the next gun port. That one was 8mm from the top corner. Put that mark on there, join them up, and I continued to do that on each gun port all the way down to which point was it? The ones we've lined, the gun ports we've lined that won't have the lids, that line follows exactly 5mm down from every gun port all the way down till we get to the front of the ship, and then for the last two it starts curving up and ends up exactly on this plank here. So, and then starts there, comes down and just clips the bottom of those first two, and then follows the line there. Okay, we're just gluing a very small part at a time at the start here, because there is quite a swing up from that initial point to follow our line. These planks are really quite flexible. They're the 1mm by 5mm walnut planks. Once I get to the gun ports we've already lined, it'll be much quicker because we know that goes dead straight. Before we paint this, I have a fair bit of sanding to get done to get this nice and smooth before we start, particularly around the bow area. Okay, so I'll prepare the plank that will go towards the front, and then I'll be back. Okay, so the front plank just sits exactly above that front deck, and then immediately curves down to just below the first gun port there. And then we just keep going till we meet up with the plank we've already laid. So it just travels nice and straight below those gun ports all the way. That wasn't real bright. I haven't actually cut this wood to match in with the other plank. So since this section holds, I'll quickly trim that down. Where's my scissors? Oh, there it is. Fortunately got it the first go. Okay, so that's that first plank of the upper wale laid. The next plank naturally goes exactly below the last one we placed, and it actually ends up with the plank sitting about 1mm above that deck, and the instructions actually say that's exactly where it needs to be. So I'm assuming once we lay that deck, that'll be flush with the plank that we're now fitting. So for this top wale, there's not really much more I can do that's any different to what I've already done. So I'm going to go ahead and complete this wale, so another plank below this one, and then we'll return when we line up the lower.
Okay, the lower wale actually comes just below, it's only about 2 millimeters below the top edge of that gun port, and it sits up right underneath the side gallery. So it just comes down hard up against there to a point 2 millimeters from that edge. That's about 3 millimeters from the corner of this side of that gun port. Then it drops to 5 through the second and 5 at the start of the third, 8 millimeters from this side, and we drop to 10, and then it angles from that about 12 millimeters down to the bottom of the gun port, and then it follows that line all the way along till the front, and then from the second to last gun port it starts up again about 2 millimeters from the bottom of the gun port to about 3 millimeters this side, and then follows it evenly around the front of the ship. And I've double checked it, and that meets up exactly where the other side has. So I'll get some glue on the first plank and we'll put that on, because of how much that sweeps down in the initial stage. I'm just going to do it again a small amount at a time. So I'll just make sure that's stuck before we start pushing on the plank. And then to that point. And from this point it should follow that line down pretty well. It's actually a little bit difficult to cut these gun ports out after, because you have to go around the outside edge of that lining so you maintain that 1 millimeter setback. Okay, so that's that first back section. I'll just grab another plank.
so once this plank is on, the next 3 are going to be exactly the same, so not really much point showing those last 3. So yeah, I'll do those 3 on my own, and then come back once that's completed.
Three sets of wales have been fitted. So next week we have to line the remaining 7 gun ports on each side, exactly the same way we did these ones, except unlike these, they have to be set back that 1mm, because these ones have the gun lids. We then also have to mark out our positioning for painting, and the painting lines don't exactly follow the wales of the ship. So for instance, it's hard to see, but the wale curves up, but the painting actually goes straight between the 2 lots of gun decks above and below, so they don't exactly follow the wale. So it'll be important that we get the masking correct. So 14 gun ports will take a little while, and then marking this up, so whether we get a start on painting or not, I'm not sure at this point. And then once all the painting's done, we start on the copper plating, which will take quite a while. So thanks for joining me, and hope to see you next time. Cheers.